Israel has this connection with Jews, clearly going back a couple thousand years since the last exile. The modern state of Israel, no matter where someone sits politically or religiously on that, still gives the availability and the opportunity for people to go somewhere that literally, even economics aside, because for certain times there were people that had the ability to live in Israel, and there's been Jewish presence in Israel throughout the last couple thousand years pretty much for most of that time. But when Jews lived in all parts of Europe and in all parts of South America, we all say in different parts of prayer and in davening, and certainly at Passover time, you're wishing next year to be in Jerusalem. And again, that prayer, that idea is clearly looking for, a full circle coming back to Israel being the Jewish homeland in the way that it was 2,000 years ago. But at the same time, the actual opportunity to physically go there is a connection that Jews have wanted, even in some sense, for so long. And the connection of the availability to really get on a plane and in 9 hours say, I'm going to be there. The opportunity for people today to say, I'm going to move there, is something that wasn't clearly possible for people 100 years ago. But even 25 or 30 years ago, when the state, in its modern form was growing, the technology wasn't there for people to feel connected to their families in other parts of the world. The technology wasn't there, and the availability of people making, a living for themselves, be able to raise their families as easily. The connection it's almost inborn, and you'll find it in so many ways, and so many Jews of different stripes and colors. You're going to have that emotional connection to a place that Herzl, to a certain extent, found that. He connected that, he certainly said, if you will it, it's not a dream. And people have been willing it for so long that there's that connection. It's tied to Judaism in a sense, in the way that I feel that Judaism has that tie back and goes back hundreds of thousands of years, that emotional connection to a land that, at the end of the day, no matter where you might be in the world, prayer just points to Jerusalem. No matter where you are, pretty much, no matter, again, what type of Jew and what type of prayer you do, the thought is always that you're pointing east. Well, unless you're on the west side of Israel, but the east side of Israel. But you're finding you're going to, everything really gets drawn there, and the opportunity to say I could physically get there and touch it and be a little bit more emotional that way is something that connects well with people and with me.